These spiritual thinkers share a profound consensus on grief. They all view it not as a problem to be solved, but as a gateway to a deeper spiritual surrender. Anthony DeMello offers these thoughts. Grief is a symptom of psychological attachment and possessiveness rather than an inevitable result of losing a loved one. When we attach our happiness to a person or thing, losing them shatters our illusions and causes suffering. Grief only arises when we attempt to possess or control what was never truly ours to begin with. Catherine McAuley offered this. Grief is an inevitable part of life that must be actively navigated through community, trust, and divine comfort. Comfort one another. Grief requires active community support and genuine presence rather than isolation. Relying on God's compassionate, tender pity lifts the heavy, paralyzing weight of sorrow. Francis of Assisi offered this. He didn't view grief as a passive state of sadness, but rather as an active opportunity to extend comfort. He prayed for the strength to console rather than be consoled. Instead of merely seeking comfort when you are grieving, focus on understanding and comforting those around you who are also in pain. Sow joy where there is sadness and hope where there is despair. Francis Cabrini offered these thoughts. When facing profound sorrow or grief, you shouldn't let sadness take hold of your soul. In moments of intense separation and loss, enter into the heart of Jesus. Rather than yielding to grief, surrender to the Sacred Heart. Cast away needless sorrow and worry by surrendering completely to God. Fulton Sheen offered this. Grief and suffering are not random, but have a divine, redemptive purpose. A greater good can come from sorrow if you align your sufferings with God's will. Sorrow is prolonged, not because God lacks love, but because love never stops loving, and a greater good is to come from the woe. Grief and loss allow you to participate in the sufferings of Christ. In pain, see a cross from which you eventually issue a resurrection. Flannery O'Connor offered this. Grief isn't merely a tragic loss, but a spiritual wake-up call that dismantles our complacency. Death breaks complacency like a bullet in the side, ultimately replacing sorrow with a profound sense of wonder at God's design. Diagnosed with lupus at age 25, she faced intense physical and mental agony throughout her life. Rather than grieving her condition, she embraced it as a tool for her writing and a way to offer her suffering as prayer.